Big battle off of turn 4 here.
And into the wall goes Bubba Wallace. And he comes back across the track, tags the 5. They're both in the wall. The caution comes out.
Clips the 20 car of Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell hard into the outside wall.
A playoff driver involved in this. That hard racing by the 5. And the 45 now has caught up the 20 of Christopher Bell.
Well, if that wasn't intentional, I don't know what was. You okay?
Bubba Wallace out of the car. The AMR safety crew to him as he is walking down the racetrack.
They went into turn 3, 3 wide, battling for position, arguing through turn 4.
Prior to that caution, boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Kyle Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim of this pileup. Let's look first from the DirecTV blimp.
This is the result of a driver that's a little frustrated.
All right, there's Brian Vickers. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 right up there at the front on the inside. Coming off 2 down the back straightaway. Jr. gets a good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
We got word that Ryan Sieg has been posted by NASCAR to bring the 39 in and clean up, and there he is racing with Ty Gibbs up the track, and around he goes.
Hold her up there.
Brett Moffitt, Sheldon Creed trying to avoid.
Joey, and you talked about that earlier, you know, of going out.
Get her going there. We'll come
and it's unfortunate other cars got caught up in that mess.
I think the 54 comes out of this with no damage, to be honest with you. I think you see him, he's working them up their track. It's a little bit left front damage, but this composite body, I don't think that's really anything. You see that, I don't know who that was.
Brett Moffitt.
Brett Moffitt there got a good chunk of the wall, which, I mean, I've been an innocent bystander on Retaliation before. It just stinks.
Obviously, that car was not in the best condition, talking about Ryan Sieg, but we had received word from NASCAR 39 needs to come in and clean things up. I've got to believe that their spotters around the track saw what was coming, and maybe that was part of the reason they said, let's bring him down. I could be wrong, but common sense says that's a possibility. He's turning Clint Boyer into the wall, collecting Joey Logano. Caution flag is out.
That was a real act of a champion.
Almirola slides in. Did the leader take the white flag before the caution came out?
Slip into the garage straight right.
Very tight in the first 6 cars. Chastain up the racetrack. Here comes the 11.
They lean on each other a little bit. Chastain
hard into the wall. He goes around. He'll hit the inside wall as well. Caution has come out.
Big damage to the 4 car of Harvick. He came across, the 1 car came across the nose of the 4. And he has severe damage.
Well, we talked about it. See Chastain drives in the corner deep, gets up the racetrack. Hamlin immediately up the racetrack, pushes Chastain out of the line and into the wall.
First of all, are you okay, and why did that happen?
Well, I'm fine. I mean, I think it was pretty obvious watching the video. I don't even have to watch the 14 cut across my nose in turn 1, and I got into him after that, but he'd already chopped into me and messed up my line, and I clipped him a little bit coming off the 2, but then he just cut across my nose going down the back straightaway there, and I guess he thought he was in the sprint car again. Didn't know how to control his anger, so we'll fight, keep fighting like we always do. It's unfortunate. Not the end that we wanted to with the Caterpillar Chevrolet. Got to thank Granger and Wicks and Sprint and everybody else that helps put us on. But just disappointing that you got somebody old like that retired and should be retired the way he drives. It's just ridiculous.
And you were racing him pretty aggressively for 9th place in the turns before that. Do you think he had any reason to be ticked off at you?
I only hit him in turn 1 when he cut across my nose, so I don't think there was any reason other than him just being bipolar and having anger issues. So, well, I mean, you can look up, you can Google Tony's story. You'll see all kinds of things he's done. Look it up on YouTube, everything else. Quite the guy.
Glad Ryan's okay, out for the night, and Chase Hope's dashed.
It's definitely drying up, Mike, but I am very impressed with this track and the condition that it's in, holding up. It's cleaning up off from top to bottom. That's what you want in a good dirt race. You know, I've watched Eldora over the years, and when it's good for the truck races, for anybody, it's clean top to bottom, exactly the way you're seeing.
Oh, crash turn 1, and they crashed 4 times down the straightaway. Larson and Preece, and it's Larson in the wall.
Interesting.
Maybe a payback.
I hope not.
That'll be caution number 11 here at lap 176. And that started, Tony, back in the middle of 3 and 4. And
He stayed off the wall. Oh, he locked it up.
Vickers around.
Vickers locked it up, and he gets into McMurray. Newman spins around.
Dale Jr. got a piece.
And you know what? That really all started with Kurt Busch and with Kyle Busch and Montoya. Yeah, I wonder if Tony pushed him into him, though.
Could be, yeah, right
Look
there.
at him. He's on him, on him, on him. That's not Vickers. That's Tony Stewart right there.
Looking at that angle, exactly.
Stay left.
No wonder Vickers got it.
No way. Yeah.
Come on.
In the 8.
No. Slammed into the side of him, and he spins Sage Karam into the wall.
What a move by that yellow car of Jones to miss the wreck, and here comes the rest of the field.
They can't see. It's smoke and dust all the way across. More coming in too fast, and more contact.
A huge impact to Tyler Reddick in that 48.
Drivers going through, trying to get through, but couldn't see, and a lot of contact. And we see Josh Bilicki taking the Sargento billboard with him.
I don't know if that's what Sargento had in mind, but it's good coverage. Good
So
coverage.
much damage. Look at all these
Yeah.
cars. And some cars rolled away with significant damage as well. Remember, this track is only 30 feet long, 30 feet wide.
See Bilicki making his move. We saw Moffitt and the smoke coming up from that. Daniel Hemrick, a lot of damage there.
This might be one of the biggest road course wrecks we have seen in some time. We talked a lot about spotters and blind areas of the racetrack, and I think that's what you saw, Rick, is you just, you continue to see smoke and dirt all day long, and now this time there are cars on the other side of it as we see. I think that's Brandon Brown.
Yeah, Brandon Brown climbing out.
Gingerly climbing out. Great to see him. Yeah.
Big hits.
Big hits.
Huge hits. Tyler Reddick with big damage. Oh. And then they go into this corner and contact again. And now, see this contact, they're banging into each other off the racetrack. And now Noah, I don't know if he had a mechanical issue or just hung a right in frustration. And that started this massive crash behind them.
Well, look what everybody sees, too. You can't see anything with all that dust.
Yeah, that yellow rear bumper you just saw come in, that's Reddick. And he can't see where he's going. The rest of these cars are just kind of going into the dust, debris, and the smoke.